Hi, it's Jennifer with Only in Sedona Yoga. Thank you for joining us for our Sober Saturday live stream. I'm here with Squeaks, the yoga cat extraordinaire. If you're new to Sober Saturday, it's nothing too exciting. It's just a safe, quiet space. We do all seated and lying down restorative yoga, followed by a brief rotation of consciousness or body scan meditation as you might know it. I try not to talk a whole lot. I did want to share what I was actually drinking. This is non-alcoholic, and this is one of the magical things that keeps me sober here. And it's a woman-owned company, Wild Tonic, made here in Cottonwood, Arizona. I actually got to meet the owner and founder and the magic woman who makes this incredible brew. And unlike regular kombucha, instead of black tea and sugar, it's green tea and honey and this magical probiotic stuff. And it's so healthy, so good for you, and it is not bitter like regular kombucha. It's just like magic in a glass, and it's really, really good. So if you're looking for a special treat that's non-alcoholic, I can't recommend that stuff enough. So with that, I'm just going to put it over here and get to my mat and get quiet, and we'll get started. So let's just come to your mat, and let's just begin to get into our body here with a few cat cows as we unite our breath and body movement. I recommend inhaling 4 or 5 counts and exhaling for a count of 5 or 6, maybe slightly elongating those exhales. Take a few moments here as you begin to check in with yourself, taking your mental, emotional, physical, spiritual temperature, not with a judging eye, just observing where you are. Take this time to step outside yourself, to get mindful. This is a safe, quiet, healing space to be with your thoughts and feelings, knowing that they are not you any more than your arm or your leg is you, but they are a part of you. Examining them non-judgmentally, tuning into your soul, tuning into the universal energy around you. Just take 2 or 3 more, moving at your own pace. And hold your last cat. Feel the muscles of your back opening up here. Take a nice deep breath. And just come around to sit. You may wish to grab a bolster. You may also want to place a blanket or a pillow or something else between your sit bones. We're going to start with a seated forward fold. You might call it caterpillar if you're from the yin tradition. If you have a strap and you want to use it gently, you can. But the key here with the restorative yoga, you're not necessarily trying to get more flexible. You're just trying to heal and release any tension. So it might be enough for you to just lean forward a bit here. If you want to reach for the toes, you're always free to. We'll be holding each pose for about 2 or 3 minutes. And again, I'll try not to talk so that you can focus in on your breathing and your healing. Take a few more breaths here. And as you gently come out of this one, if you have any prompts, you might want to just place them to the side. I always like to unwind a forward fold with a little reverse tabletop. Just come up into all fours, but in reverse. Maybe rock back and forth a little. Explore how that feels. And then gently let yourself down. We're going to do some hip openers next. You have several options. Your first option is just to have an easy seat just like this. Take your fingertips and just start walking them forward. You might not go any further than this. You might still be quite upright. That's okay. The idea is to feel a gentle stretch in your hips. Depending on if it's within your practice, you may wish to come up into a full fire log or figure four, stacking one foot right on top of the opposite knee, lifting up. Again, you can use props if you'd like. I like to use a bolster to rest my elbows. Find the expression of the pose that works for your unique and wonderful body, and just breathe. At this point, you may wish to hold and breathe in the same position. You may wish to shift, perhaps walking a bit from side to side, or I'm going to invite you to take a shoelace if you'd like, stacking one knee directly on top of the other, just changing the angle of the stretch on the hips, and come forward if it is within your practice. But again, your goal here is just to feel a release. It's not to get more flexible. It's not to strain or push. It's to ease into your weekend. A gentle, loving way to wrap up your week. Just take a few more breaths here, please. With infinite self-compassion, untangle yourself. Before we get the other side, we're going to stretch out our spine a little. Just come on to all fours again. Give me a cat-cow or two to kind of limber that up. And it's okay if it feels a little bit tender. Shouldn't feel any pain, but sometimes when those fascial adhesions start to let go, you might feel a little tenderness. But you never, never want to feel pain. And just come into a neutral spine. We're going to take a little half camel on either side before we go to the other side. So just take one hand back on your heel, other arm comes up, and just stay here for a breath or two. And as you gently come out, take a child's pose. Maybe embrace your kitty if she's practicing with you. And when you're ready, walk up and just get that on the other side. Maybe test your proprioception, see if you can find that heel without looking. And come out and take child's pose again. And then gently walk yourself up. Maybe stop and give your kitty a kiss. And we're going to get that on the other side. So remember, you have options. Easy Sukhasana, little gentle fingertip walk just to where you feel a tug. If it is within your practice, you can take that fire log. If you want to use a prop, you can. You can also put it under your sit bones. I invite you to experiment. And if your pose doesn't look exactly like mine, it's okay as long as you're safe and you're nurturing your body. If you'd like to remain as you are, you can. If you'd like to gently shift your position and take that shoelace. Again, stacking the knees just to alter the angle on the hips. Feel free. Your choice, your healing, your practice. Take one or two more breaths here. And then gently untangle yourself. Place your props to the side if you're using them. Come into all fours again. And this time, instead of a cat-cow, we're going to take a barrel roll or two So you'll start up in cat, shift your hips to the side, let your belly dip down, out to the other side and around. And do that again. And then just take that 2 times the other way. I'm gonna go into a yin style sphinx. I'm just gonna turn around here since I don't want to disturb Squeak, so I'm gonna take a little bit of a wide leg version here. You can use a prop if you wish. I like to place mine just under my belly with my elbows to either side. Tune into the sensations in your low back. You may wish to sway. You may wish to even extend up into seal. Breathe and breathe. Take a few more breaths here, beautiful. And gently walk yourself about. And place this to the side or even behind you. We're going to come back next. Although you may wish to go on your side depending on which variation you choose for this next stretch. Couple of options. One is that you can simply lay on your side. Grab your ankle and just stretch your leg back so you feel a good stretch on the front of your thigh. You can also choose to lie this way. If it's within your practice, you can take a full half saddle, placing the top of that foot against the mat, using passive stretching to really elongate the front of that thigh, coming back only as far as you might be here, but if it is within your practice, you can come all the way down and simply breathe. Take a few more breaths here, please, beautiful. And then gently start to come out wherever you are. Find a seated position. Gently make your way to it. Take your time. If you were taking that option, maybe let that blood rush through that knee a little bit. And we're going to go into another variation of a forward fold. This one can be a little intense, so we won't be there too long. It's a half cow. So just like we did in the shoelace, you're just going to cross one knee on top of the other. And then just lean forward, flexing the foot. And you'll really feel the back of this hamstring engaged. Just take a few breaths here. And then release that. Bring both feet to the mat. Just give me a windshield wiper or two before we transition to the other side. Let those hips sway side to side. And then remember you have several variations. You can lie on your side, you can lie on your belly, or you can take a half saddle if it is within your practice. Breathe and be. Take a few more breaths here, please. once again, take your time coming out of this one. Release that leg. Maybe take a few moments to mindfully observing the blood rush back through that knee. Maybe place any props to the side. And then take that forward fold, half cow version again by stacking the knees, crossing that leg that was just bent over, and just flex the foot, lean forward for a few breaths. Not here very long. And coming out of this one, maybe lean back, maybe windshield wiper a time or two. Be careful not to hit your kitty. Maybe take a reverse tabletop to stretch it out. And then we're going to come back. Make sure you have plenty of room to go back. Make sure you're not going to hit your headboard if you're on your bed. And we're going to cross one leg over the other like you're going to go into a supine pigeon. But instead of pulling back, you're going to let this top bent knee fall out in the direction that it's pointing. I'm just going to be careful of my kitty. Open that arm, gaze goes the other way. You can feel free to put a pillow or bolster under your bottom knee for a bit of lower back support. You should feel a nice twist, but also a good stretch through the side T-band, which if that gets tight, it can tug on your knees or your low back, contributing to pain in those areas. So breathe into it, stretch it out. Just take a few more breaths here, please. And as you gently come out, before we go to that other side, just come on to your back. Let's take a quick legs up the wall. You can place your hands beneath your glutes to press your low back into the mat or your mattress. If you have a wall or your headboard handy, you can prop your feet up. Maybe point and flex the feet, which feels good if you've been working on your feet. And then hug your knees to your chest for a brief cradle. And then just take that IT band stretch on the other side. Cross like you're going into supine pigeon. You're just going to let this knee come this way while you twist the other way. Take one or two more breaths, please. And as you come out of this one, bring your knees into your chest. I'm just going to invite you to take a real brief happy baby. You don't like happy baby, don't worry, we won't be here long. Or maybe just extend one leg and then the other. Kind of feel a different movement in those hips. And then hug your knees to your chest. And I'd like to invite you to fall out into Shavasana or whatever final resting pose you find comfortable. I'm going to come up to sit, but I'd like you to take the next few minutes to get completely comfortable. You may wish to surround yourself with pillows. Cover yourself with a blanket. Your body does tend to cool as it relaxes, so make sure you feel good. Check in with yourself and ask yourself what you could do to make yourself just 1% more comfortable. And go ahead and do that. Sink into serenity, sink into your breath. Maybe depending on where you are, even place your hands on your belly, your chest. Feel each inhale and each exhale. Perhaps feel your heart beating for you. And give it a silent thank you. Thank you for loving yourself enough to make this healthy choice to wind down your week with TLC, self-compassion, and mindfulness. Simply observe your breath without trying to change it. And as you breathe, draw your awareness to the tip of your right thumb and the tip of your left thumb. And with loving self-compassion, trace your awareness around your thumbs to the tip of your first two fingers. And around to the tip of your next finger. And around to the tip of your ring fingers. And sense the tip of your pinky fingers. Draw your awareness to the palm of your right hand. And the palm of your left hand. Right wrist. Left wrist. right forearm, left forearm, sensing both elbows and sliding your awareness up your right bicep and tricep and your left bicep and tricep. Sensing both of your shoulders, your shoulder blade, and your collarbone. The right side of your chest, the left side of your chest, the right side of your waist, and the left. Your right hip and sit bone, your left hip and sit bone. Drawing your awareness down the front of your thighs, lingering around the knees, before descending down your shins and sensing the top of your right foot and your left, the tip of your right big toe and the tip of your left big toe. Expanding your awareness out to all 10 toes and the spaces between your toes. The sole of each foot, the heel of each foot, your ankles, your calves, the back of your knee, and the back of your thigh. Sensing both sit bones and the base of your spine. Breathing your way up your spine. Pausing to lovingly adjust each vertebrae. Sensing where your ribs connect. The space between your shoulder blades. Sensing the back of your neck. And sliding your awareness along the base of your skull to the outside of each ear, right and left. Relaxing both sides of your jaw. Sensing the inside of each cheek. your lower teeth, your upper teeth, and the soft flow of air against your upper lip. Sense your right cheekbone and your left, the right eyebrow and the left eyebrow. Sense each eye and the tiny muscles behind them relaxing. Sense the center of your forehead, the bridge of your nose, sensing the air flowing through your right nostril and your left nostril. Gently count your way back from 10 as you inhale through your right nostril. Exhale out the left nostril. Allowing yourself to sink into relaxation. And if you're drifting off to sleep, I invite you to stop the recording here. If you're staying with us, gently blink your eyes open. Bring yourself gently back into the world. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes. Take your time coming back. And as you come back to awareness, I just want to take a moment to thank you so much for sharing this sacred time with Only in Sedona Yoga. Squeaks would like to thank you too. Thank you so much to Squeaks the Yoga Cat for sharing this time with us. Please come back every Saturday. We're here at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Catch our on-location shows, which will be coming back, and they are Wednesday at 5. We try to give you shorter workouts that you can fit into your day so you get movement and mindfulness and health and happiness every day. So thank you and bye. Have a great rest of your weekend.